I got the QMA application up. Okay, it's the Quantum Master Academy. The application is up and ready to go. Okay, it's linked in my bio. So if you're wanting to join us in the QMA in 2025, you need to go apply. Also, I linked the Baroque Tarot. That's the one that I used on Monday, right? I told you I had the 30% off coupon code. Use the code. It's on the link in my bio. You'll see it. It says Awake. Use this code to get the Baroque Tarot, and you'll get 30% off. It's freaking awesome. We're going to get our fairy blessing. You got goosebumps? Awesome. You love it? Good. So we're going to get our fairy blessing for the weekend. This is going to be the overall energy of the weekend. And then we're going to use the divination book. Okay. Remember, on Fridays, we use the divination book so you can see how you can use it yourself. Okay. You can find this on, it's linked in my bio. It's called Mystic Muses for the Modern Goddess. This is a tarot divination book. Okay. I wrote this. It is not AI written. I wrote this for every card, direct and reverse. So what you do is you connect with it. You turn to an intuitive page, and then you get your reading for the day, okay? This is designed, the readings are designed for you to take your power back, okay? So they're very straightforward. They're very inspiring and empowering. So yeah, and you'll see. I'll show you how to use it, okay? But first, let's get our fairy blessing. Hey, Anne. Hey, Miss Denise. Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Elizabeth. There's Jamie. All right, we got a party going on now. Okay. Our fairy blessing. What is our fairy blessing for this weekend? We need some good energy, right? Ooh, we got a blessing of connection. Look at that hummingbird, you guys. I saw a dragonfly in my backyard this morning, and sometimes I see hummingbirds, but I saw a huge dragonfly in my backyard this morning just flying around, and I was like, oh, hello. But we got the blessing of connection. So it's number 10. So remember, 1 is creation. It is the self. It is something new. 0 is anything is possible. Okay? So you might come across a new connection this weekend that really is something that is different than everything else. Because think of the hummingbird. Excuse me, my sinuses. I sneezed earlier, and so it was like, got me. The hummingbird is the only bird that can move in all different directions, right? And its wings are just like incredibly fast. So this is a special and sweet connection here. Now, is it going to be new for everybody? No, this is a collective reading. So it could be that you're getting to spend time with somebody that you really enjoy this weekend, and you really establish maybe a sweeter, deeper connection here. It's kind of like you need this person in your life because you guys just like mesh, okay? Does that make sense? You pulled 2 10 cards this morning? Okay, we're in sync. I love it. And 10 is connected to the Wheel of Fortune in tarot, okay? The Wheel of Fortune, again, is almost like anything can happen, but it's representing a new cycle in your life. It's representing that you are ready. You have done the work internally. You're aligned to this internally, and things are shifting in your favor. And it's because if you look at the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, you'll see the 4 fixed signs, if I can speak. I told y'all my brain works faster than my mouth. You'll see the 4 fixed signs on the corners, right? That indicates or represents universal law, things that are fixed, okay? The wheel is what spins in accordance to them. So it's like you've done the work. You are doing the work internally. So now you're going to see things shift externally. Make sense? Oh, thanks for subscribing, Brittany. I had 3 butterflies yesterday, 3 crows. Oh, wow. I'm seeing 10-10 a lot this week. Okay, 10 is the result after completion. And again, it's like something new is happening and anything is possible, okay? Because 0 doesn't really have a place in numerology. It is that round thing where just like anything is possible. It's all-encompassing type of energy. So I'm just saying. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to use the divination book. It's amazing. I wrote it, so I'm a little biased. But everybody seems to love it. So here's what we do. We're going to treat this just like a tarot deck, okay? You knock on it to get the energy from the last reading off, right? You're going to connect with it through your palms because you have energy centers, really strong energy centers in the palm of your hands, okay? And you're going to slow down your energy. You're going to focus your energy, okay? This is how we connect to the subconscious. This is how we connect to the divine. We focus the energy down. We don't do the chaotic stuff. We don't have all the things going on in the background. We don't have crazy music. No, we got to slow down the energy, focus the energy. And I want you all to focus on the book and ask it, what is our message for Friday? And just breathe. What is our collective message for Friday? I'm going to intuitively turn to a page. And we got the 5 of Cups. Now, don't freak out. Just listen. It's a minor arcana, not a big deal, okay? Today you drew the 5 of Cups. All is not lost, goddess. Today you may feel the sting of disappointment or grief of loss, but there is still goodness surrounding you, I promise. Life is full of ebb and flow, gain and loss, life and death. It's okay to mourn what is left to you as long as you don't get lost in your grief. You're at a pivotal moment in your life. Happier days are ahead. Chin up. So, just because we drew the 5 of Cups does not mean that you are going to experience a new loss. It could be you are mourning the loss of your old self, mourning the loss of old relationships, old careers. There's something here that you are willing to let go of. And you can shift that energy to where the card is reversed, to where you are choosing to see the goodness in life. Okay? Because 5 is a pivotal moment. 5 is change. Your emotions are changing, and you literally can mourn and have like a spiritual funeral for the old ways, for the old you, for the old relationship, and then you let it go. Because you are transitioning into a new way of being. Because the next is the 6 of Cups, right? The 6 of Cups is like you're feeling nostalgic, you're happy, you're experiencing reciprocated emotion. It's all of the good things, right? Because before, in the 4 of Cups, you were more closed off because there's this dissatisfaction in life. But now we have to go through the 5 of Cups. We have to let things go. We have to choose to turn to see the goodness that is still in our life, okay? So let me write this down so I don't forget which one I drew. And you can do it this way. Excuse me. You can do it this way whenever you're using the book for yourself. You can draw cards for the whole week, or you can do it every day and keep a journal and see how it relates to you. Okay? You pulled that for Thursday on Monday? Okay. Y'all are resonating. Good, good, good. Okay. Now let's focus on the book again. Breathe. Focus on the book and ask it, what is our message for Saturday? What is our message for Saturday? I'm going to intuitively turn to a page. We've got the 2 of Swords, okay? So, today you drew the 2 of Swords. Communication is key today, goddess. Avoiding challenging conversations will only lead to conflict down the road. Sometimes we think that saying nothing keeps the peace, but in reality, it brews resentment that will eventually resurface. You have the opportunity to drop the shield and speak from your heart to resolve a situation. It's your choice. Which way are you going to go? However, if you're in a situation where it has come to the point that you need to literally block someone for your own peace, then do it. You determine who has access to you. So if they don't come right, they can get left. There you go. See? That's your reading for Saturday, right? So when we have the blessing of connection, what does that mean? Because this is all sunny and bright, and here we pulled the 5 of Cups, and then we pulled the 2 of Swords. Well, how do we make that fit? Because they look contradictory, right? But no, they're not. Because the blessing of connection is not just necessarily you and another person. It could be you and your divine self. It can be you and another person. It could be you deciding that, you know what, this connection is not working for me, so I'm going to have to block it. Or it's like, you know what, I'm going to have this conversation, or you decide to finally open up to somebody over maybe something that has made you sad or upset you emotionally. Does that make sense? Okay. The message really resonates for you today? Okay. The more y'all show up, the more the messages are going to resonate. Okay? Y'all have me sweating. Y'all are really focusing. All right, here we go. Let's ask it again. Remember, focus your energy, set the intention. What is our message for Sunday? Focus on the book. Breathe. What is our message for Sunday? What is our message for Sunday? We got the Page of Wands reversed. Okay, lots of changing, shifting energy, you guys. Okay, it says, today you drew the Page of Wands reversed. Be aware of your surroundings today. You may have an outside influence that does not have your best interest at heart. Be sure to check in with yourself and where your core values lie. That is your guiding force, not the pressure of influence from others. If you're feeling confused or have this anxious feeling you cannot pinpoint, it means it's time to pause before acting. Perhaps tomorrow will bring more clarity. Take your time, goddess. So when we look at the Page of Wands, pages are always young people or messengers, okay, or apprentices. When they are in reverse, it is a disruptive energy, okay? So it could be maybe tomorrow you're dealing with an unruly child, literally, okay? Maybe tomorrow, or Sunday, not tomorrow, maybe Sunday, you have this person in your ear that's like, oh, you should do that, you should do this, you should do it my way, and you know better, you know that it's not good, you know that it's like toxic information or childish information, like petty stuff. You don't have to participate in that, okay? Maybe it's you having this anxious feeling of like, I feel this energy moving, and all of a sudden you start going to the negative. And you have to teach yourself, you have to be the apprentice, you have to teach yourself that just because I'm feeling this anxious energy does not mean, number one, that it's mine, and number two, that I have to indulge in that, okay? Does that make sense? We are in the eclipse portal, so the energy can feel unsteady. There you go, see? But why do we have the blessing of connection, right? Because it is asking you to connect. It is begging you to connect, okay? You have the opportunity to connect to your higher self, to the divine, to other people, right? But you're not going to be pushed to do these things unless you have this disturbance. And think of the eclipse. You know, the eclipse is happening, and it's meant to shake up the energy, right? This is why we don't necessarily manifest on the eclipse. We don't charge moon water. We don't charge our crystals on the eclipse, because it's anything can happen. Anything is possible. You might literally have a shift today in emotions of how you feel about someone or something. And then this weekend, you have to process it all. Does that make sense? Because it might not resonate with the way that you were doing life. And now you're all of a sudden like, I don't want to do this anymore. Have you ever been there? I have. You know, you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm done. And it could be a relationship, it could be a career, it could be just a way of living, a way of thinking, a way of feeling. It's going to be different for everybody, right? But you could reach that point today where you're like, God, I'm so sick and tired of, not getting what I want. I'm so sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm so sick and tired of being in lack. I'm so done with this. I'm ready to pivot. Okay, but you have to make that decision. And then Saturday, you have to do a swords, because maybe you need time to process it, Maybe you need time to just kind of like shut things out and be like, you know what, let me think about this. Let me just block out the world and think about this. And then Sunday, you have that energy of like, ooh, this is like, am I really doing this? Or am I just like frustrated about something? Your intuition is going to tell you everything that you need to know about the situation, okay? Like I said, with this being a collective, it's going to be a relationship, a career, a way of being, a way of feeling, a way of thinking. It's going to be different for everybody. It's going to be personal to you. And you're just going to reach this point where you're like, I just don't want this anymore. And then you don't. Make sense? So this is how you use Mystic Muses for the Modern Goddess, okay? This is how you take your power back, right? The tarot is meant for you to think. It's meant to make you think. It is not just about looking at the future. Hang on, let me write this down. It's not just about predicting the future. Tarot is more about looking at where you are in life right now and making those empowered decisions. Okay? It's not a test of are you psychic or are you not. That's a bonus with the tarot. Okay? The tarot is designed to lay it out on the table so you get it from here to here. Okay? That's what it's meant for. So you can be like, yeah. Because as soon as I bring up the cards, your brain starts thinking, okay, where in my life am I experiencing that? And then you're like, there it is. And then I say, okay, you're gonna have to make a decision. You're like, oh, okay, I am gonna have to make a decision. And if I don't make a decision, I'm gonna stay right here. Does that make sense? That's how the tarot empowers you. Can you be psychic but not a medium? Yeah. Yeah. Psychics can feel the energy. They can sense things. They can have predictions of the future and stuff like that. It does not mean that you talk to people on the other side. So yeah, that is a medium. So you could do psychic work or you could do psychic medium work. Yeah, they are different. I've court with my ex today. Okay, be prepared to just let things go. You know, it's not fun, but just we gotta surrender to that. Thank you, Bessie. So if you're new here, we do this every Monday and Friday, okay? We get together, we look at the energy of the week and the weekend. I just opened enrollment for my Quantum Master Academy. That is going to be where we spend all of 2025 together. And you're going to get up to 8 certifications in tarot, advanced tarot, numerology, metaphysics, astrology, crystals, Reiki 1 and 2. Okay, and then at the end of the year, I'm going to show you how to set up your spiritual business if that's what you want to do. Okay. You do have to apply. You cannot just, it's not just anybody, because we're going to work closely together and I'm keeping a small group. So, yeah, if you are interested in that, you can check it out. It's linked in my bio. Girl, I'm so excited for it too. Everybody's been asking me to teach them all these things. And I'm like, where else can you go? And in 1 year, you get 8 certifications and somebody's willing to teach you face to face, you know, or Zoom to Zoom, you know, all these things. Normally it's like you just take a course or they just, you know, they don't really care. They just want you to go through and pay them the money. But if you spend a year with me, I guarantee you will not be the same person at the end of the year as you were when you started. Guarantee it. Because I'm going to give you everything that puts the power of the universe in your hands. Okay? This is everything that I've used to turn my life around. So, yeah. Glennie's always up to something. Oh, look at that cute bear. Thank you. I've never seen that. I've been with you since 2021, and wow, you've helped me so much. Oh, thank you. Oh, Domingo sent the bear. That's funny. That was cute. Okay, let's see what else we need to know, okay, for this week. All right, we got 5th chakra, Archangel Gabriel, the throat. Isn't that interesting? The throat, because, hang on, let me, yeah, right, Glenn? See, you know. The throat chakra, we have the blessing of connection, right? And then we have the 2 of Swords, we have the 5 of Cups, the 2 of Swords, and we have the Page of Wands. So when we have the throat chakra showing up, is talking about communication. What are you communicating? What is it that you're needing to say? If you feel like you always have to clear your throat, it's most likely because you are not saying what you know you need to say. You feel like you can't speak up about things, okay? So this is all about using your voice and passing along the message, but also receiving messages from others, from the divine, from other people, whatever it is. And the throat chakra is so important because, you know, we have the lower chakras, which are our 3D self, our human self, you know, our grounded self. And then it connects to the heart chakra. And then we have our higher chakras here, right? So the next from the heart is the throat. So you have to speak from the heart. You have to move through that space in order to bring things to fruition, in order to be in alignment. Like, your throat chakra is very important. And a lot of people that have thyroid issues most likely have issues with feeling oppressed through their speech, maybe when they were a child and it just came out into adulthood. And so the throat chakra has just, or the thyroid has inflamed, or it's just not functioning, right? So, yeah. What did I miss? Speak your truth. Good. I've grown so much with your guidance. Thank you, Tanya. Tanya, I haven't seen your application come through. You had your thyroid removed. Yep, see? It has a lot to do with not feeling like you can speak up, not feeling heard. So, yeah, you can talk to Archangel Gabriel anytime. We talked about this in my tarot class just the other day. I was telling them, if you're having to do a speech, if you're having to have a conversation with somebody, you can literally call in Archangel Gabriel and ask him to bless you with truth and communication, and for your message to be received and for you to receive their message, you know, to have clear-cut communication through the heart space, only speaking the truth, things like that. So you can always ask for help from the archangels, okay? They are happy to help. Yeah, get out the blue crystals. Thank you for that reminder, Anne. Perfect. Oops, hang on. How can you tell your mother she has cancer? Well, I mean, that's not your job. Maybe the doctor can tell her that. And I wouldn't tell her she has no more life to live, because that's not necessarily true. Your course sounds very intriguing. I'm learning Reiki at the end of this month. Very excited. Good. Awesome, Brittany. My aura reader told me I have a gold fence around my neck. Oh, interesting. You call on St. Anthony way too much. That's funny. All that swords energy in the throat chakra. Exactly. Exactly. All right, let's get some more. God, you guys are really connected today. Like, I'm literally in here sweating. And for everybody that came to the tarot practice event the other night, I'm so proud of y'all, because y'all came in, you practiced a reading on each other and on me, and you did it. Like, you did it. And we're going to continue to do more of that, okay? So proud of y'all. Showing up is the hardest part, because I know y'all are afraid. Denise was having to read for me, and she was sweating her ass off, which was so funny. But I was like, I get it. I was there when I was learning tarot, and I had to do the 21 card spread for a person that my mentor brought in, and I was sweating bullets. Oh my gosh, I was scared to death. But y'all did so good. So good. And in that space, you know, there's no judgment. It is merely practice, because practice is only going to get you more comfortable with it. All right, let's see what else we need to know. Ooh, we have Bone Collector. I love this card. I'm going to read this to you again, because I know some of y'all are new, and I love this message from the Bone Collector. And here we have another number 1, right? Showing up. It says, you are whole and have everything you need within. When the Bone Collector appears, she is asking you to look closely at your circumstances to see if you're fully present or reacting out of past conditioning and unconscious expectations. Whenever we're wounded, especially when we're young, it's as if something essential is stolen from us. We adapt and accept a version of the truth that then sets us up to behave a certain way in the future when faced with a situation similar to the original event. What we know about ourselves thus becomes influenced by a perception of limitation. You may feel unworthy or without courage. You may see yourself as flawed or unlovable or expect to be criticized. The Bone Collector reminds you that the truth is that you are a powerful being with limitless possibilities. She has kept safe what was stolen from you in the wounding and is here for you as you reclaim it now. You have everything you believe you lack, and the Bone Collector is your inner resource. Act as if you have what you need, and you'll find you have it after all. Anything is possible. With awareness, the wounds of the past need not define you. See, we literally were just talking about that when it comes to the throat chakra, right? Like, you felt in the past like you weren't able to speak up. You know, or like maybe you felt like you had to like yell or something just to get your point across to be heard. And it's telling you now, like, that's not the truth. That's not your truth. That is just what happened in the past. That is conditioning. And you can change it all now. And is it going to just completely change? You never have to deal with it again once you make the decision? No. You're going to have to peel it off in layers, right? Because you didn't get conditioned in one day, right? You got conditioned over years. So you can decondition over time. Is it going to take as many years? No. But you do have to remind yourself of what needs to change and how you're changing it. Okay? We pulled that Monday as well. Wow, we're getting a lot of repeating messages. Show the box of the Archangel cards. Yes, this is the Energy Oracle. You can find it. I think I have it in my TikTok showcase, but you can also find it on Amazon. Okay? And don't forget, you guys, get the Baroque Tarot if you felt connected to it when I did the reading on Monday. It's 30% off if you use my code, which is AWAKE. Okay? It's linked in my bio. It's such a cool deck. I've been using it a lot lately. What else? Let's do this one. How long is my course? We are going to spend the entire year together. We're going to have some courses, some classes are going to be pre-recorded, and the majority of them are going to be live, okay? Because I know like dedicating a year is a lot, right? In between modules, we're going to have breaks where you don't have any classes, but I am going to give you some modules or like certain classes that are going to be recorded. That way you can take it at your leisure, and then we'll reconnect in the live class, okay? So we're going to spend the entire year together, 2025. And I'm telling you, you guys, this is the only guarantee I can give you that you will not be the same person going out as you are coming in, okay? This is something that I am so unbelievably passionate about because it's what changed my life completely. And my best friend, Domingo, can attest to that, okay? I've always spoke louder when I felt I wasn't being heard. So frustrating. Yeah, sometimes when you speak softer, people will stop and listen because they're like, they have to lean in to hear you. How many spots out there? I'm still determining how many I'm going to accept. It's going to be a small group, no more. I mean, there will be no more than 20 people in the class because we are going to work closely together. But I'm still determining how many people I'm going to let in. There are only about 5 early bird spots available, okay? Because I want to reward people who are ready to get in and they're ready. Because I know we still have a few months until 2025, but if you're ready to get in now, then you get the early bird discount. So yeah. All right, let's see. What do we need to know? And if you've already taken my, tarot class, whether it be the live class or the self-paced, you will get a discount for that. You don't have to pay for it twice. And you will join us in the advanced tarot, okay? You don't have to retake tarot. Look at that, self-love. Number 6, if you want to bring harmony into your life, sometimes you got to make the hard decisions. Okay? Self-love is not just going to get a pedicure. It's not just going to get your hair done or getting a massage or treating yourself. Self-love sometimes is the hard decisions. It's moving away from the things that we know are not meant for us, that we know are detrimental to us, but we've been doing it for so long that it's become a habit. Whether that be toxic relationships, bad eating habits, all kinds of things, So self-love is all about you nurturing yourself, you taking care of you not forgetting about you agreeing that you are just as important as anybody else, okay? Committing to yourself that you are ready to grow, all right? This is what I had to do. I'm telling you, I had to put the blinders on. I had to finally let go of the people that wanted to leave. And as soon as I did that, miracles started to happen. And they weren't even miracles. It was just, I finally got all those people out of my way and I got out of my own way. Okay? I experienced incredible things and I continue to experience incredible things because I make sure that me first. And it's not in an ego way. Is this aligning with me? Is this aligning to my core values? If not, I'm not interested. There you go. Okay? Manifesting a discount on my book. My book's not that expensive. It's only like, what, 22 bucks? Calling you out? Uh-oh. You're going through that now. Yep. Bye, Jamie. Have a great day. Let's see what else. What else? Let's do this one. You love my book? Good. I'm so, so glad. So glad. Let's see what else. But is that making sense? I mean, look at these two cards. They look very similar, right? In their energy. So we have the blessing of connection. Remember I said the connection can be with your higher self, like reconnecting with you and who you actually are, like connecting with the you that was a dreamer, the you that was divinely connected, the you that thought anything was possible, It's funny. My friend Jenny, she posted yesterday on her Facebook that I forget what the meme was, but it was something about I'm just sitting here waiting to get to watch The Worst Witch. I didn't think anybody else knew about that movie. I loved that movie as a kid so much that I watched it over and over and over again, and my sisters got so irritated that they still talk about it to this day. I was so into witch movies, the occult, and stuff like that. Like I just had this natural connection to it. And it's so funny because I had to put that aside because I didn't think that was something that was acceptable because I live in the Bible Belt and, you know, all this stuff was like taboo, right? I mean, I don't do witchcraft and things like that, you know, because I don't believe in trying to control situations. I believe in allowing things to happen that need to happen. But I do bless things and whatever. You can consider it witchcraft, whatever. But I've always been attracted to that stuff, right? And it wasn't until I allowed myself fully to be in that spiritual space, in that divine connection, in that, you know, unification with the universe. It wasn't until that I allowed myself to actually be in that world that all these things started to happen. Okay? This is why I want to do the Quantum Master Academy, is because I want to show you exactly how to step into that space and how to really use the universal power for your own highest good and then to help others. Okay? You love that movie? That's so funny. Like, I didn't think anybody else knew it or knew of it, but or remembered it. Yeah, I love that movie. God, I watched it so many times, and I was just like, "Yep, I love." And that's me. I was probably a witch in a past life. Bible Belt, North Carolina here. Yep. All right, what else do we need to know? Ooh, we got stranger, curiosity. Isn't that interesting how we have the blessing of connection? And I told you that you might meet somebody new. Okay? And it could be that maybe this person coming into your life, again, it's going to be different for everybody. I'm going to show you how to view this in different ways, okay? Maybe it's this person coming into your life and all of a sudden, it's like everything shifts, everything changes, and you're like, wait a minute. You know, and so you're kind of like, I don't know about this, but you're so intrigued and you feel that energy here. Now, this could be a positive thing or it could be a negative thing. If you have butterflies, nope. That's a negative energy response. It is not, oh, that's my soulmate. Okay, butterflies is your intuition going, you know, like, pay attention. This is not good. It's like remember how I told you all the sympathetic vibration, where if you're vibrating on the same frequency, you vibrate together. Okay. If you're here and they're here, I can't do it, like, I'm not a drummer, but you know what I'm saying? If they're like vibrating like this and you're vibrating like this, you're gonna bump against each other, and that is the butterflies. Does that make sense? That's the frequencies hitting each other, and your spidey senses are going, no. Okay? So you might meet somebody new and it all of a sudden just like shifts everything, and it allows you to start contemplating your life. Your decision, like, where am I going from here? What am I doing? You know, it might inspire you. It might make you really start to go inward and be like, golly, I spent all this time in this energy and I'm ready to let this go. You know, it could be maybe you get a visitation in a dream from your spirit guides or a loved one or something like that, where it's like, you know what? There was something to that dream. Like, I just got a message in that dream. There's something here. You might have somebody that just like comes up to you and gives you a message and you're like, wait, what? And then they like disappear, like a divine messenger. Okay? So very interesting. Stranger and curiosity. So we have 5 right there, right? 5 is change. 3 is communication and creativity. Okay? It's expression. When we bring it together, it is 8. 8 is karmic energy, also financial abundance. So it could be somebody comes in and is like, gives you this message, and then you're like, I mean, it just like throws you for a loop in a good way. Okay? It does make a lot of sense. Good. I like that, because sometimes strangers are our divine messengers. They are ones that just kind of pop in to give you the message and then they leave. Sometimes it's people that come in our lives and stay for a moment, or they stay for the duration. It depends, right? So I like that, because we have that blessing of connection. So there is some sort of connection that is meant to happen for you this weekend, and I feel like it's going to shift a lot for you if you let it. Well, this is quite intriguing. Okay, good. A customer did that to me. Nice. Makes total sense. Good. Hey, Philip, check. I know you were saying that you were having a hard time booking a reading. Check it again. I refreshed the link, and I've had people book readings since. So check it again. It should be okay now. Oh my God, this guy pulled up the side of me, and then after he pulled over and came and gave me his business card, he owns a hotel here, and this was yesterday evening. Oh, interesting. I had a guy give me his hotel card, but it was for different reasons. No joke. I was bartending years ago, and because I'm one of those people, I want to try different careers. So I was a bartender for like a year, and I was like, oh, it'll be great. I'll get to talk to people. No, not meant for people like me. No, 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 no. But anyways, yeah, gave me his hotel, gave me his card with his hotel number and like a little message, and I was like, fuck off. It's like, no way. That was crazy. I was like, does this actually work? Do people actually fall for this stuff? It was weird. And I was talking to a guy, and I was picking up things about him, and it totally freaked him out. He was like, "How? There's no way that you can know that," and da 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 da. And I was like, "It's what I do," you know. He was freaked out, and he started like telling the other guy at the bar, and I was like, like don't start a witch hunt. But yeah, it was funny. All right, we got challenges. Another number 6. It says blocks, fears, and negativity, and betrayal. So isn't that interesting how I said sometimes we have to make the hard decisions when it's dealing with self-love, right? What is betrayal? Betrayal is, the expectation was not met. Well, was it by you or another person? And how can you handle that situation if you feel betrayed? How can you pivot and let it go and not let it rule the rest of your life? You know what I'm saying? So anytime you feel this disappointment, it's just telling you that, okay, your expectation was not met. How do you need to shift? What did you learn about the situation? What do you need to do differently next time? Or what boundaries do you need to set? What do you need to let go of? Okay? Sometimes we expect negative things to happen. I mean, stop, right? The light is green. Which light? Around there? Yeah. Sorry, y'all. I am burning up. It's normally not this hot in here. But 6 is about healing. It's about nurturing. It's about self-care. It's about people and your, loved ones and your family. So, it could be that we were talking about earlier with the throat chakra, you feeling like you weren't allowed to speak. You weren't allowed, or you weren't being heard. You weren't being taken seriously, something like that. And so that can feel like a betrayal, right? That can create that block here. And so if you can't speak, especially if you can't speak from the heart, you're never going to be able to manifest the things or be in alignment like you're meant to be, like you're naturally supposed to be. So, yeah, that's how that works. Whoops. If the community card comes out, I'm done. Same, Glenn, same. We'll find out. I'll pull it next. At least the envy card didn't come out. God, I'm so tired of seeing that one too. White Stag, Protector. I love this card. I'll read it to you. It says, you are an old soul. Your best friend is nature. It says, use your intuition to take you where you want to go. Awaken to the powerful force within you. You are meant to create blessings with your magic. You remember how I said, as a kid, I was so attracted to the magical world, right? Most of us are, because that's where we come from, where anything is possible. And so that's why kids automatically think anything is possible, because it really is, right? And so whenever you come into this life, you have so many possibilities, and the conditioning takes all of those away, right? Pushes it down, shoves it down, and then you get this pit in your stomach where you're like, I thought life was going to be different, life can be different because anything is possible. And the more you wake up to that fact, the more you're going to experience this power and this connection. Okay. I'm telling you, you can live such a magical life if you allow yourself to do so. If you tap into these different modalities that I'm going to teach you in the QMA, if you use all of this stuff together, it's amazing. Okay. You will have the control, you will have the power, and you will see the world in a completely different way. But there's no going back. And I tell y'all that on the website. It's like, warning, if you join me for the year, for 2025 in the QMA, I am going to warn you that you cannot go back once you see this stuff, okay? You can't go back to blind and ignorant and just like, oh, I'm just going to live my life and not worry about that other stuff. You can't do that. Because I'm going to open your eyes, I'm going to open your intuition, you're going to connect to your divine self, and you will see the world in a completely different way. And you will see that you are responsible for your path. You are responsible for your life. Okay? So don't join if you're not ready to have your eyes opened to all of that and to be in that kind of power. Because just like, on Spider-Man, it says with great power comes great responsibility. It's true. Very true. Very true. Exactly. We are a Harry Potter household, and he knows that. He always said my house looked like the Harry Potter house. All right, let's see. Hopefully the community card does not come out. Hopefully it's something better. Let's see. What else do we need to know this weekend? We got occupation. There you go. What are you working on? What are you working on? And the thing is, I tell all of my students this, if you want to get good at something that you're passionate about, something that you love, then you have to, be passionate about it. You have to almost be obsessed over it. And then the success will come naturally after that. Okay. So it's asking you, what are you working on? What are you focusing on? Here's that 3 again. Okay. 3 is creation, is communication, it's expression. And 4 is about practicality, doing what is necessary to create, right? And then we have it come together as 7. 7 is a very spiritual number. It is that aligned number. It is the one that is like, yes, I'm doing this because I feel like it's a higher calling. I feel like my soul is pulling me here. Does that make sense? No community card this time. What are y'all? Y'all are having a whole conversation. Oh, y'all are funny. What's interesting is on Sunday, we have the Page of Wands in reverse. Let me show y'all this for a second. Hang on, let me put this down. Let me grab. Okay, so here's the Page of Wands, right? What are wands? Wands are about energy. It's about magic. Okay, it's about intention. It's about vibration, all of that, right? So you see this page and he's looking at the wand. Well, when he's in revert, like he's realizing, it's like he's found this new magical wand, right? And he's like learning how to use it, learning how to set his intentions, how to use the energy of the universe. Well, when it's in reverse, he's forgotten all of it, He's not using his magic. He's not using the energy of intention to create what it is that he wants. So this is on Sunday. So it's like, remember your magic. Remember how powerful you are. Just like Harry Potter. He had no idea that he was magical, right? So he had to learn how to use his magic, and he chose to use it for the greater good. So then, he's like this big wizard, right? So same thing for your life. You can wield magic. You can use the power of the universe. You just have to understand how. You have to understand how the universe works and then how to use the energy. Okay. And that's what we're going to go through in depth in the QMA in 2025. You like that analogy? Good. I knew at a young age my dreams, if spoken, would happen. Yep. That's why we have, things like Santa Claus, and kids believe in Santa Claus. We're literally teaching them that magic exists, that asking you shall receive. Even people that don't believe in magic and things like that. It's like, well, you're teaching your kids it. So Let's get our money message for the weekend and see what we need to know. And then I'll pull some more. What is our money message for this weekend? And that's the thing about this, this throat chakra. You know, what you speak is a spell. You are always casting spells. You're casting energy. You're casting manifestations through your speech. This is why it's really important to watch what you say, especially when you say it with your full emotions, because that is like really solidifying that beacon out into the universe. It is setting that ripple effect. Let's see, what else do we need to know? What is our money message for this weekend? Oh, we have denial. Look at that. Okay, it's been a while since we've gotten this one. It says, there's 3 ways to resonate. Perhaps you're insisting that reality be something other than what it is. What is your reality? Is your reality that life is full of lack? Well, then you're insisting on life being full of lack rather than what it actually is, which is abundant. You know, you're working against yourself here. Number 2, what are you refusing to see? Is it it's better to live in truth than a lie. Okay, are you, what's it called? Self-sabotaging. If you're self-sabotaging and you're refusing to see that when it comes to your finances, that is going to be on you. Okay? Number 3, if you've been putting a false front to make money, it's time to remove that mask. Oh, man. Talk about false fronts. There's so many fakes on social media trying to make money, trying to present themselves as something that they are not. And that karma is going to smack them harder than anything they could ever think of. This is why it's really important to be authentic. Really important if you're connecting with somebody, whether it be a coach or a practitioner of any sort, you need to make sure you do your due diligence and make sure that they walk the walk, not just talk the talk. Does that make sense? Because if you're following somebody, I mean, there's so many people like selling courses or whatever on how to sell courses. They're selling courses on how to be, you know, good at social media. It's all stuff you can find on the internet, right? Find somebody that's going to teach you something that you can actually use to improve your life, okay? And if you are one of those that are trying to fit into a place where you don't fit because it's not in your genetic or energetic blueprint, then stop. You know, it's not going to work, okay? You got to make sure that you walk the walk. Yes, live in truth. There you go. Let's see what else. Let's do this one. That's one thing. It's like people always say, you know, I love how straightforward you are. I love how authentic you are. It's like, you know what? When you live in your authenticity, there's nothing, like you don't have to hide anything. You know, you don't have to cover anything up. You don't have to make excuses for things. You're just like, you know what? I'm human just like you. Here's what I've experienced and I'm willing to teach it to you. Okay? Anybody that acts like they have reached the pinnacle of their life, whether it be spiritually or financially or relationship-wise, like I would be careful of that because we are all human and we're always going to experience, you know, twists and turns in life. So if anybody acts like they have it all together and they experience no twists and turns and they have all the answers, I would run. I would run. Yeah, just got to find your higher self flow. Yes. An influencer I followed was just convicted of a RICO because she was outed for her lifestyle marketing. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. You got to be careful because people will find out. The truth always comes to light eventually. Look, we have Water Guardian, connect with your emotions. And we have the 5 of Cups today, right? There's a pivot in your emotional self happening today. And the pivot is going to ask you, do you want to stay this way to where you're focused on everything that you've lost? Or would you rather pivot and focus on the things that are to gain, things that are still good in life, okay? Your emotions are extremely valuable in your life, okay? If you can't control them, if you don't know how to use them for your greater good, then you will really just bring in all kinds of stuff that you don't want in life because emotions are so powerful. Emotions set out this massive beacon to the universe of this is what I want. So if you don't, there's a guy, speaking of fake influencers, there is a guy who made a video he's, I guess, calling himself a manifestation coach. I don't fucking know. But he was like, you don't have to visualize to manifest. All you have to do is just think. All you have to do is just say it. Bullshit. You do have to visualize to manifest. You have to visualize and use the emotions. Your thoughts alone do not just create. You have to like visualization is the beginning of manifestation. You have to visualize what it is that you want. You know, so you got to be careful of who you're listening to, because he was like saying it with his whole chest. You know, you don't have to visualize. You don't have to do anything other than just think or say. No. You have to create that vision one way or the other. If you have aphantasia, you have to do it really strongly with your emotions and maybe map it out on paper. Okay? But there has to be some sort of visualization, some sort of creation. It's not just boom, and I'm manifesting. It doesn't work that way. This is why we do vision boards, because it has to connect to the creative side of your mind. That is creation. Okay? So you have to be very, very careful of who you're listening to on the interwebs. Some real people that will say some stupid shit with their whole chest. Sounds more like ego. Yeah. Yeah. It's so weird. Some of the stuff I see, I'm just like, I shake my head. I'm just like, I can't even deal with it. I can't even respond to this. So I just keep scrolling. Look at that. Stop talking. Shut your mouth and listen. Sorry. No, I'm just kidding. This is the Rebel deck. It gives you a strong message if you didn't know. Why do we need to stop talking, right? I was just talking about the guy who says, all you need to do is say it. You just need to think it and just say it. Like, shut the fuck up, bro. You know, that's not true. You have to listen, because you need to listen to your inner guidance. If you can't stop and be quiet for like half a second, you will never get anywhere. And we're going to go over all of that in the QMA in 2025. Okay. I'm going to show you how to do that, how to meditate, how to manifest, how to listen to those knowings. Okay. Because they are very quiet. They are not loud. It is very rare. Clairaudient. I have all of the clairs. Clairaudient. It is very rare that I literally hear something loudly. Okay. It is a very quiet knowing. It is a very quiet sound. Okay. So if you don't stop, oh, hang on, I got to verify myself again. If you can't stop and listen, then you're screwed. Just like we have the Two of Swords for tomorrow. If you don't stop talking and listen, you will continue to be blind as to which way you're supposed to go. Does that make sense? Y'all getting it? You're such a liar, Domingo. He doesn't listen for shit. You're such a liar. It took him how many, Domingo, when's my birthday? It took him like 6 years to finally remember my birthday. And we're supposed to be best friends. There you go. Finally got it. And I tell him things all the time. He doesn't listen. Let's pull one from this deck and then we'll be done. But you have to stop and listen. It's kind of like stop and smell the roses. Stop and just be. Stop and allow yourself to hear what's going on around you and what's going on within you. And then you will start to have the answers that you need. Okay? Exactly, Glenn. Thank you. Give it to him, Glenn. What else do we need to know this weekend? Lots of blues showing up, especially because we're talking about the throat chakra. Ooh, we got shield, guarded, defensive, resistance, feeling vulnerable. Which one are you? Okay. Remember how I said we have the blessing of connection? It could be that you need to open up and allow your vulnerability to come through. Maybe you're speaking to somebody who is really guarded and defensive, and you have to step back and be like, you know what, when you're ready to have a conversation, an open conversation, then we can do so. You know, are you guarded and defensive throughout your entire life? I've met so many people who are just so afraid of anything. They're afraid of the truth. They're afraid of emotion. They're afraid of so many things. It's like, if you would just stop and calm down for a second and just breathe and go within and check in with yourself and see the reality, open your mind and do all that, like, you would experience so much more in life. Don't be afraid of your own shadow. Okay? So, again, if you're dealing with somebody who's defensive, there's no point in continuing the conversation until they are ready to be open. Okay? And sometimes they're never ready to be open. So, what are you going to do? You can't make them. You have to pivot. All right, let's get one more. I forgot about the Forest Fae. We haven't used it in a while. It says the old one, the ancestors call, seek their wisdom. There you go. It's telling you that we have the blessing of connection. We have, where'd that one go? Whoop. We have stranger, curiosity. So there is going to be some sort of message that you receive this weekend, and it's asking you to hear it, to listen, to pay attention, to receive, and then to use that message to move forward. Okay? This is something that is beyond what you have, like what you're capable of thinking yourself. Okay? Because our minds are very limited. It's our soul and our divine self that is not. It's expansive. Okay? So it's telling you that there are some messages, one way or the other. Either it's going to be another person gives you the message. It'll be a thought process, like a download from the higher self. It'll be a dream. There's something here happening to where you're getting this divine message of go this way, do this, do that. It's going to be some sort of truth that's going to cause you to pivot. Okay? And then you need to sit with that energy, sit with that message, see how you feel, and then recognize where you might be self-sabotaging. Recognize where you might be doubting yourself, you might be doubting the message, you might be doubting your abilities, you might be doubting your truth. You have to sit with that. And don't make any rash decisions. Just sit with it and see how you feel. Stop talking, right? And just feel. Use your emotions. Use that internal guidance system to really see where is that sticking within me and why. And ask yourself, okay, if I allow it to stick like this, if I allow it to continue, am I going to be in the same place this time next year? Or am I going to be somewhere completely different to where I'm so much more happy? Those are the questions you can ask yourself, and you can help yourself to guide you where you need to go. Does that make sense? I hope so. Yes, divine guidance. Is that a Star Wars? No, it's called Forest Fae. I mean, I don't know if it's, I don't think it is, but that would be cool. Makes sense? Good. So, if you missed the beginning of the reading, don't worry. I put it all up on YouTube. I will try to put this on TikTok if the time allows me. I'll try to speed it up a little bit so I can put it all on there. But yeah, get your applications in for the Quantum Master Academy if you want to spend 2025 with me and completely change your life. But like I said on the page, do not apply. Number one, if you're not ready. I get a lot of people that can't even get past step 2 in the application because they're just like curious and they're not really committed. So it's like, don't even bother if you're not really committed, if you're not like in it, okay? Because no, it's not free. Yes, you're gonna have to show up and be involved to get your certifications and to learn. And don't apply if you are not ready to be a completely different person by the end of 2025. Okay? I'm just letting you know. Don't apply if you're not ready, okay? Right, Tracy. Yes, that is true. That's okay, Gina. Oh, nice, Heather. I love it. Did you get anything good? But yeah, I found a cart full of things I'd searched for over a year. Oh, see, happy birthday to you. So, okay, you guys, have a wonderful weekend. Again, I will post this on YouTube, and I'll try to put it on TikTok if it lets me, the timing. But yeah, if you need anything else, I'm always here. Get into the QMA if you feel led to do that, or you can just take my tarot apprenticeship. If you just want to learn tarot, you can do it at your own pace. But yeah, if you have any questions, I'm always here, okay? Mwah. Love you all, and I will see you Monday, 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, right here, okay? Bye, y'all.